today. From Levi's Stadium in Santa.
One of these teams will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl in 2 weeks' time. Which will it be as we're underway in the NFC title game? And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
That throw by Young incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
Young to throw again on 2nd and 10. Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards, first down, Panthers. They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4. Now Young. Short throw underneath to Hurst. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here and have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Young now from the 50. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Drake Jackson. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets out side, that's where he can really hurt you.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Young to the right side and complete to Hurst. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They get 15, but they still need it a little bit more. 4th down. And now a decision here on the opening drive. 4th and very short, this part of the field. What do you think they do, CD?
I think you go for it. I think there's a lot of game left to be played. I like the advantage that they're trying to create here early. I say be aggressive and try and get it done.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And that one will be no good. He never had it on line. It's well wide to the left, and this will remain a scoreless game. getting set to trot out there. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give them 7 there on the first down carry.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Here's 2nd and 3. This is Samuel. And Debo going to have a Niners first down as he'll get this down to the 40.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Here's 2nd and 10.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now Purdy. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 18. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And the Niners are going to have a 1st and goal as he's inside the 10, down to the 7-yard line. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Give to Davis Price up the middle here. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Purdy. This is caught. Touchdown 49ers. George Kittle from 4 yards out. And the Niners have struck first in this NFC title game. Well, we knew they had the crowd on their side. Their defense has already made a stop, and now here's an opening drive touchdown.
Yeah, how about the defense making the stop, offense feeling their momentum that they've generated, and turning it into points on their side. So now you've got a team working together, and you've got the crowd involved, fully on their side in this ballgame.
And in this playoff atmosphere, that 12th man means even more. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Young to throw it. He finds his man, complete. It's Watkins. It'll be a gain of 5, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here, a little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Young on 3rd down, and this is going to be incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start. Fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. This could end up being a pretty big drive. I mean, look, yes, it's early in this game, but they scored the touchdown. They got the stop, and now if they could get in the end zone here again, CD, they could grab an early stranglehold on this one.
Yeah, they certainly can, and that's what you're looking for. Where's the advantage? Can you gain it? Can you press it? Now for them, finishing it off, because right now it's out there for them. They've just got to go seize it.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And this pass caught by Gray. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
The pick up there, 5 yards. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it's 2nd down. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line.
This is how offensive coordinators earn their money. He thought he was ahead of the curve after 1st down.
Got 7 yards first down play, but then you get stuffed there on 2nd down, maybe just a yard out of it. Now your advantage is evaporated. And he's going to have a Niners first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1. Purdy now to throw. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. From the 17, here's 2nd and 4. McCaffrey on the counter. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Purdy from the gun on 3rd down. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And this is good for a first down. His 2nd grab of this NFC Championship bout. 2 minutes remain in the first half of this NFC Championship.
Really? Really? Did we just see that? That's a big catch. One-handed, I might add, to pick up a first down.
I was going to say on 3rd down for the defense, it's one thing to give up a reception. You just kind of shake your head on a one-handed catch to pick up the first. Forced out to his left. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 10. Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers go up by 2 touchdowns.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass. Let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Moody good with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. And And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Carolina offense about ready to go. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Young to throw it. Short throw underneath to Hurst. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. To throw on 2nd down is Young. That swung out wide to Sanders. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 3rd and short yardage, Young. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed up. On the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Now Purdy. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. Touchdown! Christian McCaffrey. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Niners continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Moody good with the extra point. And it's now 21-0. They had the short field and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers going to go back on offense here late in this first half. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, Young loses it. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Here is Young. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
Right now, they're just trying to get to halftime because they need a break. This game, it's been a shellacking in every way, and they just got driven backwards for a safety.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. Taken from just outside the 30.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. In motion is Gray. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and now off play action, it's Purdy. And here is a leaping catch. He pulled it in. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Here's Purdy. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Willis. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now a give to the big fullback Juszczyk. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Kyle Juszczyk in the final seconds of the first half. And the Niners are able to add on to their first half lead. Moody good with the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. 4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks. As always, one half remains in the battle to see who will take home that George Halas trophy and represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. We saw the former All-Pro Christian McCaffrey up to his old tricks in that first half. He found the end zone twice, once on the ground and once in the passing game, as he proved he's anything but a one-dimensional running back.
All right, Coach. Thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. This fielded right at the goal line, and he'll be stopped up at the 25. The 49er offense set to go to begin quarter number 3. And they have made this look easy. I mean, there's not supposed to be anything easy about the NFL playoffs, but this lead, yes, they're at home, but this has been impressive.
And we hear all the time when upsets happen, teams go on the road, that maybe home field advantage isn't all it's cracked up to be. But you and I both know the reality is teams really fight hard to get it. Why? You don't ever have to change routine. Everything's familiar going into the game. It makes things easier, and that has paid off for them in a big way in this contest.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on third and just a yard.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
In motion left goes a tight end. Davis Price will try to pick it up. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 15 for the Niners there and a first down.
And that's the kind of run you get when you know Super Bowl berth is in sight. They've got the lead. It's the second half. All those weeks of wear and tear in your body just go away. He's running with purpose now, and that's a heck of a run.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 11 more on that one and another first down. Davis Price up the middle. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Purdy bootlegging it. This is caught. Touchdown 49ers. Brandon Ayuk, 26 yards. And the Niners just continue to roll. Moody good with the extra point, and the lead grows. Play drive, and it was Brandon Ayuk capping it off with a touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. Now a first carry for their fullback. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Throwing, Young. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here's the Panthers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And he fields it cleanly. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Purdy off the play fake. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Brandon Ayuk with now his second touchdown of this third quarter. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, something about this team, you just felt like they were one of destiny all season long, and they made themselves today, as you can see, the class of the NFC.
Yeah, and it's starting to look more and more like a Super Bowl trip is very much in their future.
And the fans starting to book those tickets. Moody good with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Carolina getting set to take the field. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's Young from the shotgun. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line has done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
And he cannot get away, and Young will go down. Nick Bosa bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Here's the Panthers punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Now Brandon Ayuk ready to bring out the rest of this offense here for this upcoming series. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Davis Price on 1st and 10. Gets through, and now an opening. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 50 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Hands it off out of the gun. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 1 quarter remains until the NFC crowns its champion. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. 2nd down, here's Davis Price. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. That gets them 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal. They'll try and power it in with Juszczyk. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Kyle Juszczyk with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the 49ers are closing in on a Super Bowl berth now as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Moody good with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry. That's going to be caught by Rivers. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
2nd down, Young. He finds his man, complete. It's Watkins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And this is good for a 1st down, his 2nd grab of this NFC Championship bout.
Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you've mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
Young on 1st down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
He's got his target. That's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 15-yard line. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. To the air once more, Young. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 10 more there and another 1st down. They'll run with Sanders. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal.
It's largely been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now is where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look for a late touchdown. Now here's Young. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line.
Another shot to at least get on the board here. This is 3rd and goal.
Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Now the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
This is up and good from Pinheiro.
And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to.
And that's caught inside the 35. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
An extra point try now for Moody.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
11 yards and a Panther first down. Now Young. Throwing middle, and it's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Young will set to throw. Sanders has it over the middle. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That one a first down pickup of 8. It'll be Young again. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Guys, whether you're a rookie, a 10-year veteran, there's no feeling like this NFC champs.
And you feel like family. Never at any time do you feel more like family than when you're sharing the joy of being the NFC champs. And now everyone gets to say they're going to the Super Bowl.